Hiya, and welcome back to Tennis Ace, the game that teaches us that the best location for a first date is a museum. To be honest though, museums are amazing though. Anyways, let's just hop right in. We enjoy ourselves leisurely walking through the museum and chatting about the different pieces displayed around the place. The place seems much larger from the inside than it had seemed from the outside, to the point that I was a little shocked. We had to rush for the past 10 minutes to try and see as much of it as we could before leaving, since Keisuke didn't want to risk running late to whatever it was he has planned. He does need a doctor, though. Are you still going to refuse telling me what it is?
You'll find out when we get there.
You tease.
You've seen nothing yet.
That idea sends a shiver all the way down my spine. The last thing I need is to become a hare's plaything. Or a rich boy's plaything. Watch him have some kind of weird hidden sex dungeon in his house. I have a really overactive imagination. Once again, I get to enjoy the riveting feeling of being squished into a place that is clearly too tight to logically fit me inside. People pushing and shoving against each other, trying to go in or out of the train at this busy time of day. Honestly, public transportation in Saitama is already kind of a nightmare with how packed it gets at the best of times. This is one of those situations where I actually would have been really happy to be dating someone with a car that could drive us around. Although I don't dare say anything that out loud, since I don't want to risk seeming like I'm taking advantage. And ultimately, I'm already used to this kind of thing anyway, so it's at most just a minor inconvenience. Keisuke, on the other hand, seems to be majorly uncomfortable right next to me. Yeah. I can tell he doesn't know what to do, since every time the train shakes or someone pushes against him, he nearly gets flung to the sides. He hasn't gotten used to tensing his muscles and locking himself firmly in place right before something happens. Once you get used to riding a train or a bus, it gets very predictable when you'll need to hold on just a little more firmly, and so it becomes second nature at some point. All this managing to accomplish is getting me to question how someone can be reaching adulthood in such a big city and still have no clue how to even behave inside of a train. I'm really going to have to whip this sheltered hare into shape during the course of our relationship, aren't I? Finally managing to step out of the train in our destiny station, we both sign relief at the reclaiming of our personal space. I do not know why. I saw this and immediately thought, SpongeBob? Are we going to SpongeBob's house? Are we at SpongeBob Land? Keisuke pulls up his phone and loads an app to tell him the way to our destination. We walk for a few minutes, following the GPS arrow until we come across a somewhat large-looking shop place.
Oh geez, I was starting to think we'd gotten lost.
Might be a little late to ask this, but I'm guessing you've never been here before?
Sorry, no. I just saw they were having an event today, and I thought it would be a good opportunity.
An opportunity? I look up at the name of the store and see that it's some kind of event place. For some reason, the sign is super vague about what they actually do in here. Inside, it just says Shiruoka Live, and then talks about serving yakisoba and takoyaki. What kind of place is this? Is this where we're having dinner?
At 2 p.m.? Hardly.
Hiya. Then what is this place?
Oh, why don't we head inside and you'll see.
The two of us head inside, seeing a dimly lit lobby with a wooden counter right on front. To this place's credit, the inside of it is pretty clean and the decor is pretty nice. I see leather jackets, old vinyl discs, placards, and some music memorabilia hanging from the walls. The woman standing by the entrance quickly asks us if we're here for the show, and once Keisuke nods, asks him if he already has a ticket. Hiya. He shows her the screen of his phone, which shows that he seems to be what seems to be 2 QR codes. She scans them before cheerfully pointing the way down to us. We head down the corridor she pointed out and the stairs into near complete and total darkness. We enter some kind of underground room that is just as dark as the stairs that led into it. Oh? A few red lights shine at the other side of it, illuminating the place just enough to make out the shape of what seems to be a stage. The room seems to be quite spacious, easily big enough to fit at least 100 people inside. which of course only makes it even more noticeable how empty the place is overall. There are maybe about 30 people in here, all their shapes way too dark to make out. There's a strong scent in the air of dust and alcohol wipes. The place is obviously well kept with a black and white checkerboard tile floor. I still have no idea what exactly this place is supposed to be, though. Where are we?
You haven't been able to put it together yet. This is a live house.
A live house?
Yeah, do you not know what they are?
I know what a live house is, I don't know. Expected one to look different. So this is what the woman by the entrance meant by a show. This is a place for live music to be performed.
I found out that this band would be performing while I was trying to decide what to do for our date and thought it'd be a great opportunity.
Is it Lizzo? Or are we watching? No, not Lizzo. Who's the artist? Is it Pablo Vittar? Fucking love Pablo Vittar's music. Granted, I only listen to, like, so many songs, but they're all amazing. Like Flash Pose. I fucking love that song. Like, I would be, like, jamming out to it and whole ass dancing to it. I fucking love the song. Like, I'll just be like... And here's the thing. Lady Gaga? But no, like, here's the thing. I'm not a graceful dancer. I am overweight. I am not a graceful dancer. I dance because it's fun. Like, I was, like, or just, like, doing the yes dance. Like, have you seen that? The yes dance? Have you seen the yes dance? I will be a little sad if you haven't. You don't... Okay. It's a weird song. And I wouldn't really classify it as a song. I would more classify it as like a thing. It is very messed up. It is very fucked up. But it's funny as hell. Well, I find it funny. Like, okay. Please tell me you've at least seen Let's Do the Fork in the Garbage Disposal. Have you at least seen Fork in the Garbage Disposal? Please tell me you've at least seen that. This is the entire thing. And it is funny. Like, it is very funny. We're going to watch a little bit of it.
Research shows nostalgia can help you remember ads. So customize and save with Liberty Mutual.
Let's do the fork in the garbage disposal.
Bring me the priest.
Wow, this is lagging.
What's up, bitch? You know me. My name is James Precious from the House of Precious. We are the co-founders of Dancer Face.
Yes, and I'm Queen Kiki from the House of La Beja.
Hold up, I'm gonna skip ahead a bit.
Flamingo, fucking Gucci, bitches.
You know, there's a bunch of dancers thinking they stars. Look, hey, but you know what? We need one of them divas to come up here and help us. We're going to teach y'all something. So, Blake McGrath, bring your diva ass up here. I'm just playing. Sit down, bitch. You don't have this. You don't have this. I got one thing to say, Blake McGrath. Next year, you're going to have one job. It's called Road Rules, bitch. All right, look here. We're going to
Like, I would be doing shit like this.
Cold sore lip gloss and DJ kick some shit.
Yeah.
We're going to teach y'all something tonight. Some of y'all know, some of y'all don't. You want to know what it's called? It's called yes, 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 yes. Yes, yes, yes. Now some of y'all can't remember shit if you ain't got words. So we're gonna give y'all some words to remember this by. It goes work, beats, fierce, sound. Work, beats, fierce, sound, work, beat, fierce, sound, work, beat, fierce, sound, work, beat, fierce, sound, work, beat, fierce, sound. Let's do the fork in the garbage disposal. Let's do the fork in the garbage disposal. Ding 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 ding. Stop! I lost my contact. Found it. Well, I hope you guys like a little tutorial on how to cuss. Uh-oh. Look at Kiki.
I think we're just gonna like
She caught me,
watch
yes,
up
look
until
at
a
her
certain
go.
point.
All right, slow down, bitch. That's enough. Slow down, girl. You starting to yes too hard, girl. Slow down, bitch. She's done this before. She'll yes to death. You're gonna hurt yourself. Someone call a fireman. She's on fire. Stop. Kiki, stop. You're yesing too hard. Kiki, stop. Stop. No! My friend just died from yesing too hard. I have to believe in the yes. The yes can cure everything. People, I need you with me right now. I need you to yes with me. We're gonna save Kiki. Can you do that? All my bitches come out. Where are you bitches? Do you guys believe in the yes? Do you believe in the yes? We're gonna yes so hard. We're gonna
Let me
bring
go
Kiki
full
back.
screen real
Are you
quick.
with me? Are you with me?
Nope.
Are you with me? Dance. Keep going. It's working. Yes, 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 yes. Oh my God. Kiki, I'm so glad you're alive. I don't know what I would have done without you. I love you.
Oh, I love you too so much.
Well, since you're here, I want you to have something. It's ecstasy. You should take it.
Yeah, we're gonna leave off here tonight. We're gonna leave off with that. I hope that is who's performing. There he is using that term again. But, well, I suppose I can think of worse ways to spend a date than watching a show. Actually, it's kind of a breath of fresh air, if I'm being honest. I've never watched a live performance before outside of the one Keisuke's band put up. And this is such a Keisuke-like thing that I doubt anyone else would have suggested this to me. Hell, I wouldn't have thought of going to one. That's a pretty cool idea, I've got to admit. Thanks, I thought so too. Is this a band you like or something? Nope, never seen them perform before. They're a pretty new band, though. Seems this is only their first show. Uh-huh? That's not what I was expecting at all. Why would he choose a rookie band of all things for us to watch? Wouldn't it make more sense for him to pick a band he likes so we both can enjoy it together? Suddenly. Nah, because it's only been like 13 minutes since we... It's been like almost 14 minutes since we actually got started. That would be way too soon. Suddenly, spotlights turn on that are pointed directly at the stage. A group of people are already in position, clutching their instruments. A girl, a short little otter with a little frame, walks up to the mic. She grabs hold of it with a confident smile on her face, clearly seeming very at ease on the stage. But behind her are all her bandmates, a guitarist, a bassist, and a drummer. Unlike Keisuke's band, it seems these guys don't have a keyboard at all. Hang on, I'm gonna do a voice for the little otter. Everyone, are you having a good day? Thank you so much for coming to our debut show. We are very thankful for all your support, both old and new faces alike. There are a few appreciative nods among the crowd. Since this is their debut show, I guess some of the people in here must be friends and family. For some reason, I can't shake the feeling that one of those musicians is familiar. We only have a single original song right now, and that one is still a work in progress. Because of that, we'll be performing covers of our favorite band, Sayers. A few more mumbles among the crowd, who all seem to stir a little bit at the mention of that band. I remember hearing that name before at some point. I think it was almost 10 years ago, though. Sayers was a huge band back then that dissolved after the lead singers died in a plane accident. Then again, I've never been a huge follower of bands or a fan of rock in general, so I've only heard their stuff here and there when it will come on the radio. And somehow, I feel like this is the exact kind of place where I could be beat up for saying blasphemy like that. Why did you want to...
Shh, Yuichi, it's rude to be talking during the show.
I bite my tongue, not wanting to attract any kind of negative attention towards us. Hopefully you guys will have a good time along with us. For our song, we will be singing Lost My Way.
A few hours later.
As soon as the song comes to a stop, the vocalist stands on her spot, one of her feet propped up on a nearby amplifier box while she leaned forward with the mic in her hands. The crowd is dead silent for a second, as if it hadn't clicked yet that the song ended. The 60-something people in the room suddenly exploded in cheers and clapping, showering the band with praise. Even I have to admit that I was blown away once they began playing, my mouth hanging open for most of their show. A few more people trickled in as they performed, and quickly the room filled up more until it was easily twice as full as before. Keisuke watched the entire performance with a contented smile on his face, tapping his foot along with the music. Everyone, thank you so much for coming today. You guys have made our debut show even better than we dreamed it could have been. More wild cheering as the vocalist waved at the audience, a huge smile on her face. Even from this far away, I could tell her and her bandmates were all completely drenched in sweat, breathing heavily while smiling. We love you guys so much. Hopefully you'll support us going forward too. We've got another live scheduled here for next week, and we'd really appreciate it if you told your friends about us. The crowd waved right back, enthusiastically agreeing with her. The girl's enthusiasm clearly infected everyone that watched her. I can't believe it's been over 2 hours since the show started. It doesn't feel like there was 2 hours of music.
Well, their vocalist is also a pretty good MC, so I'm not surprised.
MC?
Someone who runs the event, talks to, and connects with the audience. That way they can build a rapport while also giving themselves some time to catch their breath in between songs.
Oh wow, I didn't know rock music had that much complexity to it.
I don't know if I'd call it complex.
We'll also be taking part in the next band competition that will be happening in July. If you guys could come cheer for us, we'd really appreciate it. A band competition? Wait, could this be the one Kyoshi-san had told us about last week? Last I heard of it, Keisuke was thinking whether he should mention it to his band or not. I shoot Keisuke a curious look, but he seems to fail to notice me entirely, his eyes glued to the stage ahead of us. Once the vocalist finishes her last words, the rest of the band comes up to bow to the audience, thanking us again for our support and urging us to show up for their next show. The crowd slowly begins to disperse as the show is clearly over by this point. Hey, is the competition they mentioned the same one that Kyoshi-san told us about?
Oh yeah, I didn't tell you about that, did I?
I shake my head in negative, waiting for him to elaborate.
I told everyone in the band, and just like I predicted, they decided they really wanted to take part in the competition.
Right. Man, that's gotta suck. These guys are clearly pretty good, and now it turns out they're going to be competing against you too. Really unlucky.
They're good, for sure. Still rough around the edges, but I suppose that's to be expected from a debut performance.
You put on a single show, and you're suddenly talking like an expert.
Hey, I've been studying a lot since I started managing the band, okay? I won't lie that I'm a little disappointed. I wouldn't say that I was hoping they were bad, but...
Wait, what do you mean? Why would you come to watch a band if you were hoping they were bad? Wait, you used I can't believe it's not butter to butter your toast, and now you're disappointed that it doesn't taste like butter. Hang on. Hold up. Hold up. Can't believe it's not butter. Taste like butter. That's from the website. Alright. Amazon customer reviews. I simply have to know now. So we are going to read through some Amazon customer reviews. Everything absolutely fine. I've been a long-time fan of I Can't Believe It's Not Butter Spread, so when they introduced it as a cooking spray, this is for the spray. That's for the spray. I assume you use the spread. Alright. It's perfect margarine type spread. Best price. It's not butter, but I think it's the next best thing. I've used the regular I Can't Believe It's Not Butter, and I like it, and the light is just as tasty. This is for the light. That is for the light spread. I can believe... The first bite seemed really good, but after a few more servings, I decided it doesn't have much flavor. It has a great mouthfeel and makes a good spread, but it's not quite as good as butter. On the plus side, it's about 1/3 the calories of full butter and less calories even that light butter. Disappointing.
Why would I want our competitors to be good? That bassist looked so frail when we first met him that I half expected him to collapse halfway through their set.
Wait, you know him?
Don't you remember that guy we met at Kiyoshi-san's store? Lanky, sweaty, needed help with the sound system. He already told us back then that they were taking part.
Oh, so that's why the bassist looked so familiar. Keisuke nods. Doesn't that just make it even weirder then? You obviously didn't come here to cheer them on, so why go out of your way to watch the show of someone you met once? No, it's an actual name for a butter product. Well, a butter-esque product.
You're kidding, right? I know it's usually cute when you act super dense, but come on, isn't it obvious why we're here?
What do you mean?
We came as an advance party. Scouts, if you will.
Huh? I'm sorry. What? I don't think I could properly hear you over the sound of my brain melting! Scouts?
Yeah, of course. What did you think we were doing?
Keisuke pulls his phone out of his pocket, tapping on the screen a few times, letting a video come alive on it showing a sneaky recording of the entire show. He puts his hands to his lips in a shush gesture.
Recording isn't really allowed, so shh.
I can't believe this. Did we really only come out here to scout them out?
Of course. Everything just aligned so perfectly, no? I found out 2 days ago that they'd be having their debut, and since we were already set to go out, I thought, why not take the chance to check out the competition? There was no way I could miss out on that opportunity.
Then, you used our date as an excuse to do work?
Huh? That's a weird question. It's not like the band stuff is really work in the first place.
So we didn't come here because you thought it'd be a way to have fun together. We came here because it was convenient for you.
That's not how I'd put it. And why are you sounding mad?
Because I am mad! What the hell, K-kun?
Hang on a second. I'm really confused here. You had fun, didn't you?
Yes!
Then why are you mad at me? I did nothing wrong.
That wasn't the point! At least with the museum, I could forgive the oversight in you choosing something that isn't really my thing, since you really did think I'd enjoy it. Did you even take a second to think about whether or not I'd enjoy watching a newbie band perform?
But you had fun, so what's the harm in that? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills because I seriously don't see what I did wrong here.
You didn't answer the question at all. Did we come here because you thought it'd be something fun for us to enjoy during our date, or did we come here because you couldn't flake on our date to do work? Keisuke shifts uncomfortably on his spot, clutching his arms tightly and looking down at the floor. Silence has its own answer here, it seems.
Wait!
I try to walk past Keisuke, feeling the irritation surging in my chest, my nostrils flaring rhythmically. He jumps in front of me to block me out.
Hang on a second. I'm sorry. I'm really, really sorry. Please don't walk out on me.
You're just saying that because you don't want me to be upset with you.
You're right. I don't want that, but that doesn't mean I can't really be sorry. I didn't mean to upset you. I didn't even think you'd care. That was my mistake. Even if I can't see what you're upset about, that doesn't change the fact that you're upset over something I did.
Seriously, you still can't see the problem here? What if I promised to take you on a special date, then dragged you to a library where there's a Q&A and book signing with a popular author, only for it to turn out that I wanted to go because I have to write a book report on their book?
Huh? There's no way that could happen. I can't see you going to a book signing in the first place. You don't exactly strike me as the type that likes to read.
Not only are you missing the point, you're calling me an idiot. Are you being obtuse on purpose, or are you really this much of a dumbass?
Sorry, I just blurted out without thinking.
You're not supposed to be a moron. Stop acting like one.
Still, I guess in that scenario, I would be a little upset. Yeah. Taking what's supposed to be a special occasion and bringing work into it.
Exactly. I can't believe I had to flip it around for you to even understand it in the first place, but at least you did.
I'm sorry.
Which one? Okay, so the decision is whether or not we're fine with the fact that Keisuke brought work into the date. I sigh, rubbing the bridge of my nose and taking a few deep breaths in an attempt to calm myself down. I get it. Keisuke doesn't have all that much experience with dealing with other people. For all his wit and charm, he still was a loner for most of his life. I've been told that much outright. That doesn't make it okay, but I suppose I can at least understand it. Or at least that's what I'm telling myself. In reality, even I can tell that I'm not ready to just let this go like that. Maybe I'm petty, I don't know. I don't want to stay upset, but I can't help it. Let's just get out of here. You still seem mad. I'm not. I just need to cool off. That is clearly a lie. I can tell just from the look on his face that Keisuke sees right through it. Yet he only nods and walks along behind me. I know I'm lying. He knows I'm lying. Yet none of us say anything about it. Somehow, even though it was his mistake that started it, I end up feeling like I'm in the wrong somehow. Did I tap the right thing? Yeah, I think I tapped the right thing. I did. As soon as we step out of the building, I can already feel the nice fresh air hitting me again. While the venue wasn't bad by any means, staying underground in a closed off for 2 hours was bound to get a little uncomfortable, even with air conditioning. The feeling of fresh air is just something that can't be beat, even with the beginning of summer's dry heat. The girl by the counter, bless her heart, was giving every single customer a cheerful farewell as people stepped out. Either she really enjoys her job or she's just a natural at customer service. I'll admit she was pretty cute. Oh, that's over. Yeah. Keisuke shuffles awkwardly next to me, trying to put up a smile as if nothing had happened. I stare at his face for a few seconds, taking a deep breath. So, do we have any other plans? While part of me definitely feels petty and wants to walk out entirely, I know that wouldn't really be fair. Besides, if I walk off on our literal first date, even I have a hard time imagining our relationship recovering afterwards. Well, I was thinking of us capping off our date going to a nearby restaurant. Sure, sounds good. Which one? Oh, let me check my phone real quick. Keisuke anxiously tapped on his screen, looking around the street to get his bearings while scrolling through the map. It should be that way. Lead the way. The hare nods, stuffing his phone back in his pocket and taking the lead. You know... Yeah? Lovely weather we're having today, right? You don't have to do this. What do you mean? It's alright to fight. I'm upset right now, but that doesn't mean I'm going to stay upset. We've talked things through as much as we can for the time being. If it turns out to still be a problem later, we can talk about it through some more then. For now, though, you don't have to keep being so awkward around me. That's a relief. At least that's what I want to say, but... You know, telling me not to be awkward won't make me less awkward, right? I put my hand on top of Keisuke's head as we walk side by side, give him a quick pat and ruffling his fur. I appreciate you being apologetic. That should be enough for now, at least. Thanks. How about I treat you? It's like we're going to a super expensive place, but... But? I feel bad. At least let me treat you. Do we accept or refuse? What? Okay, should we go full on Material Girl with this? Well, I suppose there's no harm in that. Sure, not passing up an offer on for free food. Great. I hope you like the food there. Have you ever been to that place before? Nope, not even once. We'll both be trying it for the first time together. I can get behind that. What kind of restaurant is it anyway? Yakiniku. Oh! Yakiniku is absolutely delicious. I'm suddenly very, very excited about this. Yakiniku, yakiniku, yakiniku! I hum cheerfully, making the hare walking side by side with me laugh. Oh my god, are you making a yakiniku song? Yakiniku is great. I can't help but get excited. You're such a huge dork. My god. I'm just happy. You're cute when you're happy. Cute? Let's not start with this again.
Too late. I've already seen another cute side to you. I'll make sure to keep it in mind.
You really need a new hobby. Thankfully, the mood lightens up considerably as we chat on our way to the restaurant. I'm glad such a minor problem isn't going to end up completely ruining the atmosphere for our first date ever. Despite the setbacks, I'm still looking forward to finishing strong. A few minutes later, by the time we reach the restaurant, Damn it! By the time we reach the restaurant, Keisuke and I are able to smile and chat properly again. The little incident a few minutes earlier is just a blip on our radar, and we both feel determined not to let it sour the rest of the evening.
I mean, what was I supposed to do? Mizuguchi-san is the one who insisted on it.
Having gotten a little bit curious, I decided to ask Keisuke why he always called Saya by her last name when she was his first and closest friend in our group. I'm just surprised you managed to get out of calling her senpai.
So am I. She clearly liked being called that a lot. She got all wiggly and excited whenever I called her Mizuguchi-senpai. It was a little bit creepy.
You could probably switch by calling her first name at this point, you know.
Probably. I mostly do it out of habit now.
You mean like how you only call Shoichi by his last name?
That's kind of the same, but not really.
Oh, spill the beans!
And here I thought Mizuguchi-san was the only shameless gossip in the group.
Keisuke sighs with fake exasperation, the corner of his lips twitching as he tries to hold back a chuckle. Good afternoon. Table for two? We nod, being led through the restaurant and towards an empty table stall enough for 2 people. The waiter drops 2 menus on the table, smiling at us. Feel free to call once you've decided. We will. Thanks. The man walks off, checking up on another nearby table. This place is pretty nice. I like it here.
I agree. It feels pretty cozy. Hope the food is good. I don't see a grill by the table. Do you think this place uses those portable gas burners instead?
Oh, now that you mention it, that's true.
The tables are small, so I suppose that would make sense.
I think it's just our table that is small. We also have some pretty spacious tables. There's just no point sitting 2 people alone in one.
Oh, they have a lot of meat variety in here. Oh, they have a lot of meat variety in here.
Keisuke idly flips through the menu, smiling widely. You're right. Marinated meats, thin cuts, veggies, they even have duck.
I haven't had duck in a while. Maybe we could order some?
I'm alright with that.
Can't go to have yakiniku and not have short ribs.
Really? To me, the one you can't go without is the flank steak.
Nothing says we can't enjoy both.
That means you've already picked 3 different things in the blink of an eye. Suddenly I feel like this order might pile up out of control a little bit. Let's just be careful we don't eat so much we get sick.
Oh, for sure. That'd be a pretty crappy way to cap off the day.
Agreed. Although it is fun to indulge once in a while.
Heh, never took you for the indulging type.
What? You thought I was the stuffy, serious type?
You?
Hey, what's that reaction supposed to mean?
Nothing. You worry too much.
Don't make me slap you silly.
Getting you riled up is pretty fun.
Don't annoy me on purpose! We pick a few vegetable options, finally calling the waiter to place our order. After a few more minutes, the man brings a portable gas grill and places in the center of our table along with a small fuel canister. I have to admit, it's a pretty cute petite grill. It's already loaded up with charcoal and easily lights up once the waiter presses the button. He reaches for something above us and, when I look, there's a venting unit right above every single table. It comes to light with a single electrical click and begins humming and vibrating gently. We'll bring your food shortly. Collecting our menus, the man heads back to the kitchen. They're pretty efficient here, huh?
It definitely seems so.
Hey, I'm actually curious about one other thing.
Oh, what is it?
So, I know we've only just started going up, but for some reason I feel a lot less nervous than I thought I would. Not that I don't feel nervous at all, but I think you're always so confident and calm that I have a hard time freaking out.
Me? Confident and calm? I think you got the wrong person.
I'm serious. You're always so composed that it just gives off this air and... Safety?
Is that so? That's news to me.
I suppose what I'm trying to say is, you're a lot more grounded than I am.
Okay, that isn't so hard.
That's a fair point. Keisuke chuckles, scratching his cheek.
I'm glad you feel that way when you're around me, but I have to admit that's not how I feel on the inside at all.
It's not?
God, no. Do you have any idea how much I was freaking out when I first confessed to you? My whole body felt super cold. I was sweating from my hands and feeling all icky. The thing I did when I got home was take a really long bath.
You didn't seem all that nervous at all.
I guess I'm pretty good at acting like I know what I'm doing. But trust me, the internal panic was at an all-time high. Which also means I was super ecstatic when you accepted my confession.
Keisuke definitely is a very calming presence to be around. He helped me a lot with getting comfortable with the first couple times we saw each other after the confession. Like, he's just so calm and nonchalant that I felt silly getting wound up with nerves. Much in the same way that seeing someone that is freaking out worse than you helps to calm you down. Seeing someone that is always so calm has the same effect. But none of that was a question, was it? Huh? You said you had something you were curious about, remember? Oh, right, sorry, I went on a tangent and it slipped my mind. You said that you had feelings for me when you first confessed, but now that I started thinking about it, it got me a bit curious about since when. Keisuke immediately freezes, tensing up on his seat across from me. Keikun?
Of all the questions you could ask, why that one?
Huh? What's wrong with asking that?
Nothing wrong, exactly. I'm just not quite sure how to answer it.
What do you mean?
Well, it's a little bit complicated. I already knew about you since way before entering our school. You were kind of my idol back then. It couldn't be helped, really. You were a tennis player about the same age as me that was way more skilled than most people in our age bracket. I suppose I always had that element of admiration for you. I wanted to get close to you because of that.
I nod along with his words, letting him continue talking. His eyebrow twitches a few times, the hair shifting around on his seat and musing over his words.
It's a little embarrassing to admit to you, of all people.
So, does this mean you had feelings for me from the beginning?
Honestly, yes and no.
Oh, goody, and here I was afraid you would be vague about it.
I suppose I had a quick crush on you back then, but, I tend to develop crushes easily, so they're never a big deal for me.
Really? I never knew that about you.
Yeah, well, it's not something you just go around telling everyone. Can you imagine how creepy it'd be if I told everyone I've had a crush on about it? Besides, they tend to vanish pretty quickly, so I never thought too much about them. I had a crush on you because I admired you. Once I got to know you as a person instead of an ideal, things went back to normal. Me having my first innocent crush on you and me having the crush that developed into deeper feelings were two completely separate situations.
Really?
For short, there was a pretty big stretch of time where I didn't have feelings for you, but wasn't crushing on you either. Over a year.
And you're hardly the only person I've had a crush on this past year. Who else did you have a crush on before we started dating? Was there anyone I know?
Are you really going to make me answer that?
It's not like I can make you if you don't want to. I'd like to know, yes.
Do you promise you're not going to get upset with me for saying?
Of course! Whoever you had feelings for before we started dating isn't really my problem. Let me guess, was it Saya?
I don't want to say God no, but God no!
Is the idea that terrible?
Mizuguchi-san is a great person and a great friend, don't get me wrong. It's just... She terrifies me most of the time.
That sounds like a pretty apt description of Saya. Very accurate. Honestly, I can agree 100% with that.
The one person you know that I've had a crush on in the past was Yurata.
Oh my god, Keisuke! Tell me all the details. All the details. Do not miss out on the juicy ones. Tell me every single fucking detail. Because this is very juicy. I bang on the table with my palms, standing up and leaning forward until my face is hovering just a few centimeters from his. Whoa, no way. Are you serious?
Ah! Too close, Yuichi. Get back to your seat.
Keisuke pushes my face away, leaning back onto his seat in an attempt of reclaiming his lost personal space. Sorry, it's just, I have a hard time imagining it.
I told you it was just a crush. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, sure. It's just that you two always bicker so much that I sometimes have a hard time believing you're even friends.
We bicker because we're way too similar.
That's a reason to bicker?
Yeah, it kind of gives me that feeling of I absolutely can't lose to this person. Besides, it's just fun to bicker with him.
You're both weirdos.
Noted.
Huh, that's such a weird thing to think about. I've never had a crush on anyone before, so it's really hard for me to think that someone could just develop them that easily. And I have to admit, I never in a million years saw this kind of development from that. I mean, wow. Shoichi of all people. I guess it's one other way where we operate differently from each other. Come to think of it, there are a lot of things that could fall on that list. Which one? There is a lot of tea. So much. Hiya. Welcome to basic. Yeah, which one? Okay. But that only makes me even more curious. So, when was it? Huh? You didn't really answer my question. When did you start developing actual feelings for me instead of just a passing crush? You're still on that? Well, yeah. If anything, you only made me more curious to know. Drat. Well, yes. Why do you look like you're enjoying this so much? Why do you look like you're trying to change the subject? Damn it. Why do you have to be perceptive only when it sucks for me? It's a gift. If you must know, it was around the time you started helping me out with the band. The band? Really? Why did that do it? Well, you were just so helpful and seemed so interested in what I was doing. Why wouldn't I? Do we want to go deeper into the tea? Or do we want to just stop? I'm going to save real quick. I'm going to create a save file real quick. And then, which one? Why are you looking at me like that? Sorry. I don't believe that. Huh? Why not? First of all, you were looking anywhere but at me while saying that. That's because it's an embarrassing thing to say. Nope, still not buying it. Come on. Spill the beans. I can't believe you don't trust me. The guilt trip isn't going to work. Spill. Keisuke groans, covering his face with his hands and rubbing his temple. Alright, fine. It was when you helped me out after I lost my wallet. For real? That sounds pretty okay. Why would you be embarrassed about that? I mean, come on. The thing that made me fall for you was you basically coming to my rescue and helping me out when I was in trouble. Talk about lame. Makes me feel like a damsel in distress. I guess I can kind of see that bothering you. Yeah. I'm more than competent enough to take care of myself, and I don't need anyone fawning over me like I'm someone that needs to be protected. And yet I can't lie, that feels nice. I hate it. Aw, looks like you could be cute too, K-Kun. Keisuke groans, leaning forward on the table and burying his face in his arms. Shut up. Don't say that. It looks like I found a button I can push whenever I need to tease him back. Thank you so much. This has been very educational. I hate you. The waiter comes back, carrying a tray with different foods we ordered. Slay. You're slaying very hard, waiter. Fuck. Yeah, let's head back. Oh my god. Oh my god. I suppose that's a good reason. Or at least a reason. That was around the time we started spending more time together too, so I guess it fits. Although it does mean it hasn't been that long since he started liking me. We've both probably had feelings for each other for about the same length of time. See? That wasn't so bad. And that depends on your definition of bad. You worry too much. Gotta relax a little. The waiter comes back, carrying a tray with the different foods we ordered. He places them all neatly on our table alongside our drinks, smiling politely the whole time. Please enjoy your meal. Don't hesitate to call if you need anything. Alright, I'm going to send a message real quick. Do we want to go back in time, back to where... Yeah, did we want to add to the story and piss Keisuke off? Or, you know, just not piss him off? Okay. Let me disable Material Girl. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. He bounds away to serve his other tables, leaving us alone again. Keisuke immediately starts loading up the grill with a little bit of everything. Wow, you don't play around. You're already putting basically everything on the grill.
I'm definitely not going to overload it and make the thing go cold, but I also don't want to eat a bite of meat and then have to wait 10 more minutes for another one.
That's fair. Sometime later, the waiter shows up to clean up our table, taking away the grill and the empty plates once we're done. Took us a while to get through the excess of food we ordered, but it was still a really fun time. The food here is absolutely delicious, and I'm for sure going to come here again. Maybe bring Aki next time, too. Is there anything else you would like? Sure. Do you guys have a dessert menu? Yes, just a second. He drops off our plates back in the kitchen and comes back with a different menu from the first time, placing it in front of us. Take as much time as you'd like to decide. I nod, grabbing the menu and checking it out for my options.
Is this going to be the part where you take half an hour to choose something?
Maybe a little. They have a surprising amount of options here.
And here I was surprised earlier at how quickly you chose the meats you wanted.
I suppose reminding him that he basically chose everything we'd eat himself probably wouldn't be a good look for me here. Better that he thinks I was able to be decisive.
Say, since you asked me, it's only fair if I ask you something too, right?
Huh? Ask me what?
All those personal and embarrassing questions you were asking me earlier.
Hang on a second. All those? I only asked one.
In that case, I'll only ask one too. Sounds fair? Well, great. When was it that you started having feelings for me?
My whole face grows red in the blink of an eye. The voice that comes out of my throat is nothing but a pitiful, high-pitched noise.
Ooh, that was a really nice reaction.
I object to this line of questioning.
Too bad this isn't court.
Hey, they have chocolate mousse here. Do you want some?
Nice try. I want an answer.
Come on, can we forget this for now?
The chances of me letting you squirm from under my grasp are effectively 0.
I hate this. I really, really hate this. Little bastard is enjoying himself. Well, I guess it was.
Yes?
If I had to put my finger to it, then the first time I felt something was probably when you kissed my cheek for the first time.
Oh, that long ago? I definitely like what I hear.
Shut up. This is really embarrassing for me, okay?
It was really embarrassing for me, but you still insisted I answer.
What is this, an eye for an eye?
Precisely.
You suck!
So about the chocolate mousse. Your face is so red, it's adorable.
Shut up, 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 shut up.
Careful you don't make too big of a scene, otherwise the entire restaurant will look at us and see a red face.
What are you doing to me?
Teasing you a little bit, it's really fun.
It's not fun for me!
Really? I'm starting to think you secretly really like it.
I bury my face behind the menu, trying to hide myself from his gaze.
Aw, hiding already.
Come on! Cut it out!
No chance, I love having you like this.
My mind races trying to think of something I can do or say that could bring an end to this. Fine, we both can play at this game. Just you wait. Eventually, when you least expect it, I'm just going to grab you and kiss you. A memory plays out with shocking vividness. Not even thinking about it, my body moves. Oh. Oh. I reach forward on the table, grabbing Keisuke's shirt collar and pulling him towards me. Then, with a quick movement, I let go of him and hold up the menu I was still holding in my hand. The hair freezes completely at my unexpected movement. The whole world stops for what feels like an eternity. My heart feels like it's beating inside of my throat. It's soft. Keisuke's eyes shoot wide open as soon as it happens, yet his surprise is such that he doesn't automatically pull away. I close my eyes, feeling my entire mind going blank in pure white. I don't even know why I did this. It was completely by impulse. There probably wasn't even a rational reason for it. I wanted to shut him up, and this was the way I found to do it. Except as soon as I felt my lips touching his, my entire body relaxed. This feels good. Like I finally got to do something I've been wanting to do for a while. I thought for sure that Keisuke would pull away as soon as he realized what I was doing. But he instead pressed a little more into me. He began to kiss me back. The moment I realized that was happening, my mind stopped working in its entirety. Like the single thin string keeping my sanity had snapped. Keisuke's lips were slightly oily and still tasted a bit like the food we just ate. Yet, I don't find it unpleasant at all. From this close, getting to feel the warmth of his lips against mine is nice. It wasn't a particularly long kiss, even if it felt like an eternity. The two of us pulled away at the same time, settling back down on our seats, faces completely red.
That was...
Yeah. I still don't know why I really did it. If I just wanted an excuse to do it, or if I really did it unassumingly. But I feel like it doesn't really matter at this point. It was good. That's all that matters. Hopefully no one saw that, though. I get the feeling that just propping up a menu over our faces isn't exactly the greatest way to hide a kiss. If anyone looked our way, it should have been pretty obvious what we were doing. Yet, no one says anything. At the very least, we're not going to get cussed out of the establishment.
Maybe we should pay up and get going.
Right. I don't even want to have a dessert anymore. My face is burning hot and I kind of just want to hide somewhere. And yet, despite how weird of a situation this was, it wasn't a bad first kiss. In fact, I want to kiss him again. But my heart really needs a break from this first. The two of us hurriedly call over the waiter, quickly paying for our share of the lunch and nearly jogging out of the restaurant. The mood between us was awkward. A kind of good awkward, but still awkward nonetheless. We walked together to the station and bid our farewells. Our faces were red the entire time as we did it. Yet when I was boarding the train to leave, both of us had huge smiles on our face for some reason. I suppose this is what they mean when they call a romance between someone our age puppy love. It's awkward, silly, and innocent. But it's still really good. We're going to leave off here tonight. Now, I'm sure you're thinking, why are we leaving off early? Well, there's going to be a Just Chatting stream. I do not know if Sam will be here, but I know Star will. In fact, she's on her way right now. Anyways, if you're on YouTube, stay safe, have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow. And if you're going to stick around for the Just Chatting stream, come on in. Then, stay.